this video, I will show you how you can use live searches to gather information from across your workspace and then work with it flexibly using a variety of views like table view and cards view, grouping, filtering, and even entering new information. Let's say I've been taking notes about book recommendations across my workspace in different daily nodes, and I want to pull them all together here. I can use the command line to find nodes with tag book. Here you see I have many options to narrow down the search. For example, I could say I only want the books about Greek, but for now, let's just get a list of all the books that I have. This is a dynamic search node, and anytime a new node matches the search criteria, it will get added. For example, if I write how to learn German and I add the tag book, which will make it match the search criteria, it appears right away. When I remove the tag, even though the node is still there, it doesn't match the search criteria anymore and it's removed. The nodes in the search node are references, and we can expand them and edit them and work with them just like we would normal references other places in Tana. We can click on the live query to see the actual search expression that's being used. In this case, it's a simple one, look for all nodes with the tag book, but we could make more complex ones if we need to. When we have a list of nodes like this, we can view them in different ways. Clicking on View shows us a list of the views available. The tabs view is only available in Tana Labs and has to be turned on there if you want to use it. One of the most useful views is the table view. This shows you the different fields of the nodes in this kind of structured format, and we can still edit any of the nodes using the autocomplete. We can even add new nodes. For example, I might add Greek for old people. You'll notice that when I add a new node to a search node, the node is actually created in your daily node and only a reference shows up in the search node. This is so that if you delete this search node when you're done with it, you don't lose any of the information that you created. In addition to creating new rows or nodes, we can also create new fields or columns. For example, I might want to keep track of the price of these books, and I can easily enter information like this. I can also take notes about these nodes that's specific to this particular context. We'll call those contextual nodes. For example, let's say this was not just a list of nodes tagged book, but it was which books to bring to Crete this summer. And for that, I can add a contextual column. I'll change it to a checkbox. And then I'll say that actually the Greek books I want to bring, and then I want to bring one book about garages because I plan to rebuild my garage. Now this data only lives on this node, and if we created a new search, we see that it has the price data, which lives on the nodes, but it doesn't have this contextual data. Let's zoom in on this node and explore another view. The filter suggests a few fields that it thinks we might want to filter on, but we can access the other fields here. Let's say we're only interested in books about Greek. Now we see that 5 items have been filtered out, and we can also see which those are. We see that Greek for old people has been filtered out, so I'm going to quickly change the status of that. Now it's correct. We can add more filters or we can clear the filters. The cards view. The cards view is really great to be able to group things. We can group by, for example, status, and now we have a great way of tracking reading status. I'm starting to read this book, I finished reading this book. But we can also group by rating. Actually, this book was pretty good. We can also choose which fields to display even though it's collapsed. We might want to keep track of the author and the status, and we can see that directly on the cards. If we had pictures, we would be able to see them on the cards as well. If I go back to the list view, you'll see that it respects the grouping and the display fields that I just configured. When you create a new view, any of the view changes that you make are stored immediately. But when you come back to an older view, any of the view changes that you make are just stored temporarily. You always have the option to go back to the previous settings and you will not be disturbing other people if you're in a collaborative workspace. This makes views even more flexible. I recommend you checking out some of the workflow videos about how you can use the searches, cards view, and filters for things like managing your to-dos, your TV shows, or your ideas. And also make sure to check out the Slack community for how people are using Tana in everyday life.